Mike Welch coming to you from Churchill Downs with the DRF Derby Clocker report. Very busy morning this morning, especially at that 7:30 break. We had 5 Derby workers go then. We had one earlier about 5:45 this morning, but I'm standing with the trainer of the horse I thought that looked the best out there this morning, and I'm sure he agrees with me, Chad Brown. We'll talk about Good Magic. Just your thoughts on the work.
Worked great, worked on 5 and I thought he did super, galloped out with a lot of energy, came back perfect.
He's been a good workhorse all along. I mean, you just put this right in the progression of works is about what you've seen from him since the Bluegrass?
Yeah, since going to the Bluegrass, he was really rounding back into form nicely with his works, and then exiting the race, he's come back with 2 very, very good works.
Now he's moved forward. Obviously, his first start a little bit disappointing in the Founder Youth, big race in the Bluegrass. I guess you have the feeling that he's sitting on his best yet?
Yeah, that was the plan. When we worked backwards from the Derby, when we entered this winter, trying to hopefully have him peak on first Saturday of May, and it sure seems like he's moving that way.
You've had a spectacular run. You've won a lot of big races over the last, not the last couple of years, but certainly the last couple of weeks as well. But no Derbies on the resume yet. Tell us what this would mean for you to win a race like the Kentucky Derby.
No, it'd be a dream come true. I mean, anyone that has a trainer's license, I think the first thing they think of is dreaming about the Derby. And the same goes for my co-workers. They've all been working hard towards this for many years, and hopefully we have the right horse this year.
I know it's all a team game with you all along, and it's great that you give credit to the people that work with you as well as you and the horses, and it's been a great run, and hopefully it'll continue next week. Sweating it out a little bit, the post position draw?
Yeah, it's always tricky, it gets to a point with this race, I feel like you have to have some racing luck as well, and it starts with the post position, and then of course when the gates open. So hopefully we have good luck with this horse. You
can analyze only so much, and when the gates open, everything could change. But I know you like your position, and so do a lot of other people, and best of luck to you next Saturday. And thanks for joining us this morning. Like I said, Good Magic, one of 6 Derby workers today. Real early this morning, Wayne Lucas sent out Bravazzo about 5:30 this morning. He went 5 furlongs in 101 and 3, but finished up real well. He actually broke off behind a workmate, took a little dirt, then came inside the workmate and finished up well. I had him in 23, so did Dave Grenning, my colleague. We both timed him. We both had him in 23 for the final quarter. Galloped out just okay, but the Wayne Lucas horse is never known for big gallop outs. But Bravazzo, not too bad this morning, I thought, way before dawn. And again, at the Derby Oaks training session, 5 workers between 7:30 and 7:45. In addition to Good Magic, we had Flame Away from Mark Cassie, worked a half mile in 47 and 4. Went off a little bit quick in company, 22 and change, but was going easily to the wire. Just average on the gallop out in 1:02, but he seems to be doing well. I thought he's had a great week here. Energy levels been high, and the 47 final work this morning, that half mile. Also, Promises Fulfilled. This horse, to me, I loved his way he trained going into the Fountain Youth when he won. He didn't come out and train as well before the Florida Derby when he got hooked up in that suicidal speed duel. And I'm not as impressed with him this week as well, or watching the tape of his last work. Switch leads coming to the wire. Last week kind of got out into the stretch in his work. Half mile in 48 for Promises Fulfilled. My boy Jack, just an easy 5 today. One off in company, did it slowly. No, one off solo. One off slow, 3 and 38 and 2. Finished up okay, 103 and 1. Never really asked. Just kind of a maintenance kind of move, it looked like to me. Went out 6 furlongs in 116 and change. And Free Drop Billy, after a pretty big work last week, was sent just a half mile this morning by trainer Dale Romans. Broke it to 3 1.5 mile in 49. Galloped out with good energy like we saw last week. A little further, a little longer last week. But Free Drop Billy seems to be doing well coming in here, coming off that troubled trip behind Good Magic in the Bluegrass. Among the fillies this morning, Manami Girl was the big name. She's one of the co-favorites, along with Midnight Bissou, who worked very early this morning over at Santa Anita. Monomoy Girl, just a okay half mile, 49 and change, gallop out in 101 and 2. Have not seen her regularly, so I don't know if she's just an average kind of a workhorse, but today just again also in maintenance mode. Her stablemate Sassy Sienna went 49 and 1 for a half mile. Eskimo Kisses 101 and 1, and Blamed a 1.5 and 48-1 with a pretty good gallop out. I didn't see her work last week, but from what I've been told by local observers, today was a big improvement over her work last week. Most of the work is done here now. We still have a couple more workers to go. Hofberg, expecting to see him tomorrow, and perhaps Combatant on Monday, and then we're all eagerly awaiting Mendelssohn, Justify. They'll be here early next week, and Teist also. So stick around. We still got a lot more to see, a lot more to talk about here as we get closer to Derby this week, the Oaks and the Derby, with the best coverage again, like I said, right here on DRF.com and DRF Live.